There you go. Bye, tube.
The boob.
The boob.
I'm
Anytime we have to up the bondage counter, I'm just gonna...
I'm upgrading the boob.
The boob has been upgraded.
Attributing
God!
that to Squid.
Oh my god! Okay. Season 1, episode 6. Hi, my name is Squid. I am Squidney Cosplays on most social medias.
Hi, I'm Noel. I'm Noel the Squid on most social medias.
Wee!
So,
You okay, buddy?
I did fuck up the bondage counter on last episode.
Yeah.
Because I had to re-edit it a couple times, and on the last re-edit, I didn't realize all of the text for the bondage counter got deleted.
What's the bondage counter at?
I believe it's at 10, because it's an average of 2 per episode. It's an average of 2 per episode, but it wasn't like spread out that way. There was like 4 in one. Oh yeah, I still have my notes on it. There was 3 in the first one, 1 in the second one, 0 in the third one, 5 in the fourth one, and 1 in the fifth. Also, last episode we talked about how the dress Bloom bought couldn't have been turned into the dress she has.
There's 2 dresses.
There were 2 different fucking dresses. There was the dress she bought, and then the dress we were shown on her bed, which the dress she bought could have easily been turned into the dress she had at the end. The dress we saw her trying to cut on her bed could not have. And we both remember different dresses.
Amazing. Lovely.
Okay, now we can get to the episodes.
Hold on, I've put them in 2 different notebooks.
Oh yeah, for like 6 and 7, I have them on paper. 8 I have in my phone, and then 9 and 10 I have on the notepad again.
I have Hecna ass shot.
I have taking powers feels icky.
Taking powers does equal ick. I also have Techna looks dumb as fuck.
She probably does. I'm fine with making fun of Techna so far, just because I have not warmed up to her at this point.
Techna's just a dick at this point.
Yeah, like, I remember liking her later on. Certainly not my favorite, but I liked her. But right now, no.
No.
Do you have anything else for 6? Because I don't. 6 was memorable for me. Like, I don't have much to say about 6.
6 to me was just Techna being a complete asshole to absolutely everybody.
That's fair. And ick from powers being taken. Because it just raises so many questions. Like, why is it just okay for Faragonda to take their powers as a punishment? That seems, 1, OP for Faragonda, and 2, too far?
Mm-hmm. Especially because Bloom is supposed to be like, the dragon's flame is supposed to be the most powerful thing in magic. It's supposed to never be able to be taken away, even when, spoiler, the tricks managed to, like, seal away the dragon's magic.
Like, I get that at this point it's not confirmed that Bloom is the dragon flame, but Faragonda has a very strong inkling that she is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ick.
Ick.
You get a point down from being a gilf, Faragonda. Do we want to go over again? What?
Grandma in late parties.
I'm just gonna call back to that every time. Every time we say MILF or GILF, I'm gonna call back to that. Because it's just a great recurring bit, I think.
Grandmother in late 50s.
I mean, that's what my mom is.
Your mom's a grandma? Season 1, episode 6 was just nothing.
Yeah. 7, though. Stella, how's
7.
that fucking clean?
Hmm?
For 7, when they have to do the cleaning without magic,
Yeah,
Stella
cleaning
doesn't
party.
fucking help. And it's her fucking fault, too, that they got their powers taken away, because it was her stepping over the line with what she was saying that made Faragonda do it. Because last episode, Griselda was like, I think you should do it, and Faragonda was considering it, but Stella was like, you wouldn't actually do that, would you? And Faragonda's like, try me.
It's just like the rule, never tell your DM about something worse than what you're experiencing. Flora x Techna ship.
I vaguely remember that. I also remember.
Specifically, it's when Flora and Techna are dancing together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, rare Flora sass at one point.
Yes, I love Flora Sass. Flora Sass is Stella, doesn't she? I will put in the sassy scene.
Hey, what do you say we ask the boys to join us?
Yeah, why not? Then when we get caught, we'll be grounded to infinity.
Yeah, because I don't remember. I just have it written down because I loved it at the time. It's been at least a month since we watched these. At least.
Please explain to me. Timmy Peg Ribbon, thruple with Sky, homosexually coded Mean Girl, Jennifer from Jennifer's Body Coded.
I have Ruben as Jennifer's body.
Please, I don't understand what you're saying. Please send me, like, something. So I can just input it here for your thought process.
I'm trying to think. Because it makes sense, but I don't know why it does.
Stretch Armstrong looking motherfucker.
Maybe the thought process there was him, like, negging on Timmy.
I don't like it either. I feel ridiculous.
Timmy,
huh?
You're ridiculous even when you're not doing anything.
Because we've established Vivian is probably gay and a bottom. Or at the very least, just a bottom who swings both ways. Jennifer is so very clearly in love with Needy. And, like, kind of negs her, though, all the time. And also, like, goes after any, like, guy that gives her attention because she wants Needy.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads us back around, kind of, to the he either is in love with Brandon or Sky. My money's on Sky.
Are we talking about blonde Sky or brunette Sky?
Blonde Sky. Because
Okay.
I think last episode we established we're just gonna go with
Their actual names.
yeah. Even though Sky is pretending to be Brandon right now and Brandon is pretending to be Sky.
Perfect. I've never watched Jennifer's Body. I have to.
Oh, classic. Not well received at the time, but classic cult classic for gays like us. I showed it to my straight sister, though, the one with the child, last Halloween, and she's like, what did you just make me watch?
I made you watch the gay murder movie.
Like, I think they jump off the balcony onto their bikes.
You just go, wee, wee.
Then we get to the chicks guy floating through hallway meme. I'm a Polly Winx believer.
Probably from Timmy, Revan, and Sky.
I think it's from actually
Or
for the girls because of the
use
scene.
Technoflora.
It might be all of the girls together though because of them. Because I think it's around the time with them fighting without magic, the monster.
Nice monster.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just all of them. I think I'm thinking all of them.
I think they just don't need guys.
They are for the girls and the gays.
And maybe Timmy. But Timmy's a twink, he kind of counts as a gay.
Yeah. I'm torn between thinking Timmy is the token straight and him swinging anyway.
I think that Timmy is so analytical, he doesn't see gender as a concept. I think that Brandon's the token straight.
But also, there's just so much gay energy to all of them. I
think it's because they have a very feminine physique.
They do. Despite, okay, they tried to like give them all broad shoulders besides Timmy to like even that out, but no, they're just hourglass figures.
They're like intense hourglass figures.
Like, God.
They also have Stella grabbing Flora. I think was a huge like gay.
I have Misa hardcore parkour. She shouldn't have been able to do that.
But it's also Musa.
Yeah, but it's Misa without magic. There was no physical way for her to do that. I still have more notes for this episode. Oh yeah,
I'm out of notes.
the duck's fucking name is Pepe?
Pepe Le Pew.
That's what was going on the back of my head. But also, like, they all, like, said Pepe, like it was established at this point. And it so much was not. That was the first time we ever hear his fucking name. Or, sorry, his ducking name. I had to. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah, can you, hold up the, like, reduce, reuse, recycle again? It's the tricks, because they're the buy flag.
I see Darcy Stormy.
And that's all I have for 8.
Oh, we're on episode 8?
I mean, not, yeah, that was...
That was 7.
That was 7. That was 7. That's all I have for 7. 8
Wait a
is
second,
on
I
my
have notes for
phone.
episode 8.
8 is on my phone. That's why I got confused. I'm just a big dummy.
I have Musa's a Disney princess. Her mom is dead.
Oh, yeah, it's this episode. Oh, there were things to say.
Episode 8.
Right.
Musa's not dead. Stella's being a good friend too, like that hug. Stella's a good friend.
Also, I feel more homesick. Plot convenience.
Plot,
if I went to go see my mom, I'd feel more homesick. Plot convenience. That's just to get her to stay.
But I also kind of get it. Like, if your mom's dead and it's celebrating essentially Mother's Day.
No, Bloom.
Like,
they asked Bloom why she didn't go home to see her mom. And she's like, I'd feel more homesick if I went. But we haven't gotten much of her feeling homesick besides this episode. And it's not mentioned again after that one line.
Plot convenience, homesickness.
Also, Griffin. No, Riven. No, Griffin. I mean Griffin here. Yeah. I mean Griffin here. Head witch just Griffin.
Oh.
Mommy issues Griffin because she says insufferable Rose Day.
Today there is this insufferable rose festival going on in the city.
Mommy issues.
I literally have Insufferable Rose Day, Mommy Issues Griffin, question mark, question mark.
I love that for you.
I got 4 hours of sleep.
I'm just tired. I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding. I'm more of an Alan myself.
I'm just
I like jokes. I'm mentally ill and I'm on drugs.
Me too, my guy, me too.
I like that Musa has a little thing for her mother, but what was the point of seeing her talk to it for a couple seconds and then put it away?
To make us know that her mom's dead.
But, like, she already said that, but to her friends. But then
To hit it home.
she talked to the hologram for like 2 seconds, said, "I'd like to get to know Riven more. Oh well, another day," and puts her mom away.
You know, these parties are all the same anyway, and I see my friends every day. Of course, I would have seen Riven again. He's a boy I met. He's a strange fella, but I'd really like to get to know him better. Who knows?
But we don't know how long she had been talking to her mom before that.
I think we see her open it and then close it, though. Insert that in the edit if I'm right or wrong, because
Will do.
I think, but I'm prepared to eat my words. When they're at the celebration, I have the bikes are safe, sees a crash. See?
Motorbikes are safe. Whoa! See?
Like,
I have Riven subs to Andrew Tate.
I have Riven, you're a sleaze, who didn't say anything that wasn't true.
Honestly, also Darcy and Riven could have worked.
They could have. If it wasn't just their relationship was for plot. Because Darcy looked like she actually was into Riven.
Mm-hmm.
But Icy and Stormy made fun of her all the time, which I will say again, I think Stormy could have also been good if it wasn't for Icy as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because Icy, they all have their own wickedness to them, but Icy definitely has the strongest evil in her.
Mm-hmm.
And the other two
Is
are
it
mainly
ever explained if the Tricks are actually sisters or if they're just like people that met each other?
It really isn't, because calling each other sister is just
like a witch thing.
Yeah. Like the Hex Girls did that in Scooby-Doo for their witch gimmick for the band.
Mm-hmm.
And the three are known as not ancestors, it's the opposite of ancestors.
Descendants?
Descendants. Yes. Of the three ancestral witches, but we don't know if they were sisters. We just know they were a trio of witches.
Icy, Darcy, and Stormy?
Or
the Hex Girls?
The three ancestral witches. Icy, Darcy, and Stormy are descendants of the three ancestral witches that almost succeeded in taking down the dragon flame. But we don't know if those three ancestral witches were actually sisters or if they were just a trio.
Mm-hmm.
But we know that these are their descendants.
Their descendants.
Which
I really wish they would explain that.
I do too. Like, also, how recently were the three ancestral witches active if they're the ones who destroyed Domino while Bloom was a baby? Like, are Icy, Darcy, and Stormy actually their descendants, or are they kind of like
Like
a
inherited their
reborn?
powers.
Yeah, or that. Like, is it biological descendants, or is it inheritance of powers?
Mm-hmm.
I have many questions about the lore.
Of a children's movie. I have also, bruh, Timmy was acting so off. How did Bloom not know?
Also, I like that the ogre had to be Timmy. He could actually have glasses and see. Bloom really should have been more sus about Timmy, in quotation marks. Oh, but before that, I do have one more thing about the Riven and Bloom thing.
Mm-hmm.
Bloom shouldn't have to apologize for that. He tried to force her to go out with him and then grabbed her face. I would have done worse. I would have snapped him like the twig he is. I don't
I'm honestly
care.
surprised that Stella didn't do more.
I am too. Like, I don't think she was one of the ones that said
Stella
she.
is equal rights, equal fights.
Oh, Stella could like kick his ass and wouldn't feel bad about it. I wish I could go into the fucking screen just to beat him up for that. Like, I don't care what issues you are having at the moment. You don't treat another person like that.
That's why I said Riven subs to Andrew Tate.
Yeah. Like,
Roll the clip.
I should have like followed it up with that then, but I wasn't looking at my notes. Oh yeah. Also, with when the ogre gets transformed back from Timmy, Stormy says, "I liked him better the other way," as Timmy. So
Stormy
Stormy
like Winx.
Stormy likes nerdy twinks specifically.
Isn't there an episode like later on in the series where the tricks actually like take their boyfriends?
I don't know.
Like I think that Icy takes Sky, Darcy takes Brandon, and Stormy takes Tammy. It feels like such a vague recollection. I don't know if it actually exists or if I'm making it up.
That could be a fan fiction you wrote in your head, but it also could be real. Like, the chances are 50-50.
Fitty fitty.
I kind of want that to be real, though.
I also kind of want it to be real.
Oh yeah, Darcy and Irvin could have been cute if they did it right, but from my memory, they do not, and it's just the plot.
I just even so it shows in episode 9 at the beginning. Well, at the beginning, like halfway through. Here we go to episode 9.
I still have more.
Okay. What else do you have on?
Darcy did look hot in that auto suit. Don't fucking throw that at her. I see how he might think Bloom did that to him, but if he got his head out of his ass, he'd be able to remember that it'd be so out of character for her as a person. It's like he wants a reason to hate everyone around him just because they won't tolerate him being a dick.
You're right.
I think I got unreasonably mad when he threw the helmet back at Bloom. Actually, you know what? It wasn't unreasonably. It was reasonably. I don't care if it's a fucking cartoon character. I hate this man.
I also hate this man. My hate for this man never goes away.
No, it doesn't. Like, I try to make jokes about repressed homosexuality for him and about others pegging him to make me not hate him as much, and it's not working. Because everything this character does makes me hate him.
That much more.
Like, sure, he comes around for a little bit at the end of the season, but he still is a dick. He just decides, oh, I don't want to serve the evil witches. Woo. Woo, bare minimum, woo. You're still a fucking asshole to everyone who's ever treated you as a friend. Woo.
What do you want, a participation trophy?
Do you want a round of fucking applause? You want a statue?
You,
Put a
you want a
cookie-
ribbon? Do you want a ribbon that says, I didn't try to destroy the world?
Oh, but he waded through the garbage heaps and lived with those evil beetle things for a while. He deserves some redemption. No. It doesn't matter
No.
that they fucking discarded him when they were done with him. He still decided to turn on his friends actively.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the moment.
Consequence. At least it would be if there were actually consequences for his actions.
But there's not. Because, yeah, in the initial moment where he turns away from them, we know that Darcy used some of her mind magic on him.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not established that she does after that at all. Like, yeah, they have a mind connection where he can just go, Darcy, I have information for you.
Darcy, can you hear me?
Darcy, you're hot.
If you had the mind connection with Darcy, that'd be the only thing you'd say.
You're right.
Oh.
You're making me yawn.
You yawned first.
You yawned first.
Playback.
Play it back. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember episode 10, so I've just got stuff for episode 9.
I have stuff from both. Do you want to start with 9 first?
Yeah. Flora?
I don't know the context to that, and I don't.
When Flora walks into Stella's room, and Stella just goes, sniff, 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 sniff. Who is that? Flora? I'd recognize that perfume anywhere. I'll play the clip.
Please.
Oh, it's you, Flora. I'd recognize that perfume anywhere.
Oh yeah, Stella's at her fucking worst in this episode.
Yeah, why is Stella being so mean in this episode?
Yeah, like she says it was an innocent remark, and like she just keeps getting worse throughout it. It makes sense for Stella to be a bit bad, but not this socially unaware. Like she's literally a fucking princess. She knows etiquette even if she doesn't put it into practice all the time.
Especially because literally every single episode prior to this, Stella has been a good friend.
Oh yeah. Like yeah, she's a little crosses the line sometimes, but never to the point where she actually hurts everyone's feelings as much as she does here.
I think that they just needed an excuse for Musa to be on her own, so they made Stella be the scapegoat.
Probably.
Even though it's Stella.
Also, Musa slapping Icy? Fucking least she could do. Fucking least.
Oh yeah. I also have Bloom calls Techna like a techno wizard, and Techna says, I'd rather be called a fairy. And I'm like, does it really matter?
Wow, Techna, you're a true blue techno wizard. I'd rather be called a fairy.
I think that's just an instance of her misunderstanding that it's a figure of speech.
Mm-hmm.
Because wizard is a thing in this universe as well, because the
Because
Red
the
Mountain
wizard
boys are called
is
wizards.
Yeah.
So I understand. It reads as really awkward dialogue, but I get the thought process that the character would have had, that they were trying to go for. It still reads as awkward and dumb, though.
mental indigestion.
What?
When Bloom is first talking about Daphne in the beginning of the episode.
Now I get it. It was indigestion.
My stomach is perfectly fine, Stella.
I meant mental indigestion.
And Stella's like, oh, you just had a weird dream. It was probably just indigestion. And
Oh.
Bloom's like, no, I'm fine. And Stella's like, no, mental indigestion. And
Oh.
honestly, I feel mental indigestion on a personal level.
Also, can we acknowledge that the librarian is kind of hot?
So hot. So hot.
Also, Ribbon, you're a dick.
Yeah.
And I don't like Faragonda blocking Bloom from knowledge of Daphne.
I don't think that she was actually blocking Bloom from the knowledge. What she did was she saved Bloom from the torrent of books. She didn't
But-
ever tell Bloom, you can't.
She did say to the librarian to not let Bloom look up Daphne anymore, though.
I'll have to relook at that. Play the clip.
Should Bloom ever try to find out more about Daphne the nymph, we must deny her access to any information. Is that clear?
Like,
Play. I have Darcy actually pretty cool when she's talking to Riven about like, you're good, like you can do it, you could be even better. And then she goes, pew 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 pew, and I'm like, no. Nope, never mind. He's being mind controlled. And then Mista! Mista's my favorite witch.
I don't remember that one.
Mista's the one with the pumpkin on her shirt.
Mista? I thought her...
Yeah. Isn't that what her friend called
Murda.
her? Was Mista?
Murda.
I could have sworn it was Mista. Hold on. Like, in the actual episode. It might be because this is the first episode that she's in. But I remember her specifically, like, being called Mista. Hold on.
Is this the first episode she's in? I thought they had, like, a
They
couple scenes
mentioned
before
they
this.
saw her, like, very briefly.
Because it's always between Murda and Lucy, where Lucy's like, the tricks are cool, I want them to notice me, and Murda's like, why? They're mean girls.
You are a mean girl! You're a bitch!
Okay, I found it. Hold on. I'm gonna play the audio for this.
Girls, wanna have some fun? Icy's gonna teach a fairy a lesson. Let's go! Lucy, where are you going? Stay with me. It's stupid to gang up on someone. Icy's powerful, Mista. Maybe she'll notice me this time. I don't want to miss this.
Yeah, it's
Later-
Mista.
Later on, she's called Murda, though, I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
Did they fucking... Why is there no consistency in this show?
Who knows?
Yeah, because in the fandom wiki, she's known as Murda. Also Mista. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, she reappears in seasons 2 through 6, apparently.
Oh,
And they show her fairy form.
wow. Honestly, she's so cute as a fairy.
She is. She's cute as a witch too. She was like one of my favorite witches.
Mm-hmm.
That also like shows that we're very like well matched for each other with this because we notice things each other doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like with how we both remember different versions of the dress.
Right?
I did not catch that. Yeah, I have words and I can say them right. Do we have anything else for episode 9?
So much. Okay.
Lay it on me.
Ass shot. Musa trips over the air. Riven Cake makes a special appearance. really weird angles when Musa's going away.
I vaguely remember that actually.
Casual property destruction by the Wizards of Red Fountain.
It sounds about right.
The tricks grunting when they use their magic. Is hovering. Play clip. Also, Darcy is the most powerful of the tricks. Argue.
Yeah. Literally, Icy's power just exists as a foil to Bloom's.
Mm-hmm.
Darcy is powerful as fuck because she can.
Darcy is telekinesis.
Yeah, she can fuck with your mind as well.
Yeah.
She's telepathy, she's telekinesis. She's just mind powers, really, when it energy mind powers.
Like, she legitimately turned on, like, 4 or 5 cars, lifted them in the air, and was going to drop them on Stella.
I'll say, in ranking order, from most powerful to least, it will go Darcy, Stormy, Icy.
Mm-hmm.
Icy's only the leader by her sheer force of will with her commanding presence.
Mm-hmm. And I also feel like Darcy kind of lets her. Because if Darcy knows that if Darcy becomes the leader of the tricks, Darcy will have to deal with all the absolute BS that Icy has to deal with.
I feel like also, for some reason, Darcy and Stormy just really value Icy's opinions and input to a worrying amount. And I think that's why they're a trio like they are.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know I've said this a lot, but I genuinely do think Stormy and Darcy would have been like not necessarily like good people, but like not terrible evil villains if it wasn't for Icy. Like they would have just been witches at Cloud Tower, and they would have received an education.
Yeah. Which is what they do. Okay, I have a list of all of her powers.
Ooh.
Darkness manipulation, shadow manipulation, psychic manipulation, illusion manipulation, hypnosis, holographic projection, healing magic. For a short time, she gets the dragon's flame. For a short time, she gets control of the beast of the death via Daphne's and Politia's Sirenics. Yeah.
Also,
so just in season 1, she's got healing, holographic, hypnosis, illusion, psychic, shadow, and darkness.
I also, at one point, because Murda / Mista is an illusion witch / an illusion fairy, eventually. And at one point, the tricks make fun of her for just being a measly illusion witch. So, one, from
She puts an
Darcy,
even more powerful illusion than Darcy could.
That coming from Darcy, the call's coming from inside the house. From the other two, that's also a dig at Darcy. Even though Darcy is very powerful with illusion magic.
I do have confirmation. Icy and Stormy and Darcy are just close friends. There is no familiar relationship.
That makes sense because of how different all of their designs are as well.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they confirmed that in later seasons that we just don't remember, or later seasons that we never got to watch because everything after Sirenics is trash.
I found it. So Icy is the oldest of the tricks. And them going from sisters to close friends was retconned in season 8.
Oh, really? So that's...
And apparently Icy is a princess.
Okay, first off, we'll get to that in a second. Okay, first off, So it was 2 seasons after Cyrenix that they retconned that.
Mm-hmm.
They got several years in before they decided to retcon that.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck? Also,
Let me look at Darcy or Stormy's.
yeah. She's a fucking princess? Of what?
Of the planet Diamond.
I guess that explains her commanding presence.
Here's what Stormy says. Storm manipulation, electrokinesis and aerokinesis, and weather manipulation.
Which
And
could
that's it.
include ice, and also is still more powerful than just water manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
Because storms have multiple elements in them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like
Oh, Stormy's the youngest.
it, it's sad that the oldest is the least powerful, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Stormy and Darcy are very close to being equal, honestly. I could see either one of them winning in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Either one of them could get the upper hand because they both have very powerful magic. Icy is very much below both of them.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I know we said that we're not gonna do after Cyrenix, but now I kind of want to just to tear into it.
Just to tear into it, I agree.
Because now I'm just. The implications of everything. God.
Mm-hmm.
But, anyways, do we have any more for episode 9?
No. Other than Darcy being powerful.
Hell yeah. Let's do 10 then.
Ooh, I will leave that to you because I don't remember most of 10. I watched it very late at night.
I think I watched it the morning before we recorded the first one. So I was able to take notes. Oh yeah, what could happen to you in the VR classroom? Someone asked, like, thinking nothing could happen. Well, someone hasn't seen Sword Art Online.
Oh my.
Because, okay, I'll get back to that in a second. I like her and Sky as friends, by the way. Because
We're good as friends.
yeah, Bloom, like, goes to Red Fountain to hang out with Sky, just as friends. They're hanging out with the dog. She tells him about her worries about this test, and he's like,
Mm-hmm.
well, I always get nervous before tests as well. Well, I'm sure you'll ace this, though. You got this.
Mm-hmm.
He was so much more supportive as a friend. I think Riven
Some
just really
guys need
wants
to
to.
just stay in the friend zone.
I think Riven just really wants to screw Sky. Because after Sky and Bloom had that talk, Riven was like eavesdropping on them, and that's where he does the Darcy, I have information.
Darcy.
And tells her about the exam in the VR room. I think he's just jealous of Bloom. Also, it is solidify it right here as of episode 10, season 1. Bloom has now heard of Domino, and we've seen what it looks like. It is a desolate, sandy desert. That changes later.
Mm.
I remember it does. If Faragonda didn't want Bloom to have contact with Domino yet, she should have told her staff. Because she's scrying on them, and she sees that Bloom is on Domino in this VR room, and she's like, no.
Domino!
Like,
Pull her out! Pull her out!
so she should have informed her staff of that, or at least like told, like, removed Domino from the system in this VR room,
Mm-hmm.
while while she was wanting to keep that a secret.
Mm-hmm.
So the tricks appear in this test for the VR room. So I need to know here, is this VR room the ultimate display kind of VR? Do you know what the ultimate display is? Okay, I only know this because I took a VR class my freshman year. The ultimate display is not something we've yet, it is something we have yet to actually replicate in VR, but it's basically what it is in SAO, where if you die in VR, you die in real life. Everything you feel in this virtual reality is experienced by your real body. If your heart stops in both places.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to know, is this test ultimate display rules? Because if not, there are no real stakes to the tricks being there. Absolutely none.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, also, my only other thing on this episode is, so we know Griffin has a crystal ball, Faragonda has a mirror that she uses for scrying. What does Red Fountain have to spy on people? Because it can't just be those two schools that have something. Red Fountain's gotta have something. What do they have?
Red Fountain has technology.
But, like, they still use magic.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I don't know. Probably just something similar.
I want to know what object specifically, though. Because it's very cool
It's a
thinking
tiny
that
tablet. It's a little reader tablet. Zoom.
I'm now envisioning the head of the school as an iPad kid.
Is he not? Why are there 6 different dubs?
There are 6, like, just for English, or...
Allow me to read out the dubs to you. Italian. Cinelum, which is the one that we're watching. 4Kids. Nickelodeon.
What?
Dubbing Brothers. And 3 Beep.
I know I watched some of the Nickelodeon dubs as a kid. But
I watched mostly the 4Kids dub.
I watched whatever one was available most on YouTube as a kid.
Yeah. Diaspora.
Boo.
Okay. So Diaspora has light magic, crystal kinesis, gemstone manipulation, and ring generation.
Ring generation. I definitely knew there was going to be something with gemstones there because of their first fight.
Mm-hmm.
She'd be such a cool character if she wasn't such a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if she was such a girl's girl, I could
really
forgive her.
pretty too.
She is. If she was a girl's girl, I'd love her. But instead, our first impression of her is not wanting someone to so much as look at a picture of her boyfriend that she's betrothed to.
So, I want comic Diaspora to be the real Diaspora. Diaspora is painted as much more sympathetic in the Winx Club comic series. Though she starts out the same as she does as the animated series, the details of her engagement to Sky and her feelings concerning it are expanded upon. While it is left ambiguous as to whether she truly loves Sky or just wants to marry into his family in the animated series, Diaspora makes it clear that she does truly love Sky. It is her parents, mainly her mother, that are concerned over her marrying into the royal family. Diaspora antagonizes Bloom at first, this is all comic, because she became bitter over Sky preferring Bloom over herself. However, even Diaspora opens up to Bloom bit by bit after Bloom rescues her and they discuss the whole mess of a love triangle they have found themselves in face to face. Additionally, when Diaspora returns in issue 31, she reveals that she truly cares for her people and wishes to use her status as Princess and Queen to help them prosper. She is also willingly putting aside the issue she, Bloom, and Sky have, and even tell the two of them that she will leave them be and just wishes to get on their good side. However, due to a spell that ends up being placed on her, Diaspora comes to realize just how much she missed being so close to Sky and begins to doubt her decision to leave him with Bloom.
Why couldn't we get comic Diaspora?
Why couldn't we get comic Diaspora?
I would have loved her. Because I'm pretty sure there is a time where they're all on Domino together at a ball or like a celebration of some sort, and Diaspora straight up leaves Bloom, like tries to get her to die.
I have a question.
Hmm.
Britain is supposed to be on Earth, right?
Britain?
Yeah.
I would assume.
Why is Ribbon wearing Great Britain in season 2 and 3?
Oh yeah, I remember that. To be fair, the Union Jack was a very popular design choice around that time. Like, I had a Union Jack wallet living in West Virginia as a child. It's possible that people just visited Earth from Magix and then just thought that was a cool design for some reason.
I'm sorry, I'm just gonna make you look at this. This is season 8. What is the shading?
Squid? Why would you do that to me? I thought we had something here in this hot tub.
We are slandering.
Ugh.
The old English word riven means to be torn in half?
Like by his attraction to men.
We're leaving the episode here. Good night. Good night.
Anyways,
Good night.
follow us on Instagram at 2 Squids in a Hot Tub.
Follow us here at 2 Squids in a Hot Tub.
Stream us on Spotify, 2 Squids in a Hot Tub. You can find me at Noel the Squid on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, and at Noel is a Squid on Twitter.
You can find me at Squidney Cosplays on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Good night.
Good night. Oh, I think I already blocked out what I said. I already don't remember what I said.